Mexico City, like me, you might imagine that it's just the capital of muggings and murder, but actually it's one of the largest cities in the world, and it's got an incredible variety of interesting sights, sounds and tastes to experience.
At almost 573 square miles, it's one of the largest inhabited metropolitan areas in the Western Hemisphere. But I think the problem that Mexico City has is it suffers from a lack of famous landmarks, even though the city is an amazing place. And as I was guided down to one of its hidden delights and watched these strange musicians queuing like hookers at the side of the road, I realized there's a lot more to it.
So now welcome to Garibaldi Square, the plaza of the mariachis. Every day, every hour you find mariachis, either daytime or nighttime.
All day long?
All day long, they are here waiting to be hired by someone.
Now I can't begin to describe what a surreal area this is. It's amazing to see this actually existing in Mexico. But the great thing is, it's not full of tourists. It's where real Mexicans go to take part in a cultural pastime.
I think this mariachi business is a bit easy. I think I'm going to give it a go and show them how to do it properly.
Again, totally in a contrast to how you'd imagine Mexico City, the neighborhood of Coyoacan is a beautiful, relaxed area to hang out.
It's just a nice, quiet, leafy avenues where people just relax, have a coffee and watch the world go by.
Famously a creative neighborhood and the birthplace of Frida Kahlo, the area is now a tasteful, middle-class place where there's beautiful hand-painted trinkets in markets and interesting bars and restaurants where people spend the warm evenings.
If you want to try some pre-Hispanic specialities that you can get in Mexico, then you've got to try these chapulines. Chapulines are a dried kind of cricket grasshopper.
Crickets.
Not bad. You know, it tastes like dried fish.
Famously, Mexico City was built over the ruins of the Mayan city that existed before it by the Spanish. But to get an idea of what it was like, head to Teotihuacan.
It's about half an hour away from Mexico City, and as you can see, it's a big tourist destination. Luckily, when the Spanish came here, it had been abandoned for about 1,000 years, and all they could see was grassy mounds. Someone must have done a hell of a lot of digging to expose this area. The first thing that hits you is the sheer scale of the place. It's absolutely massive.
It's one of the largest pre-Hispanic sites to be found anywhere in Mexico. Deserted in the 7th century for reasons no one really knows, it really puts the pyramids to shame. But it's not one of the only things that you can do outside of the city centre. One of the other things you can do is go to the floating gardens.
It's a kind of a multicoloured Mexican punting expedition. Around you'll see the floating gardens where they cultivate mainly flowers. As you can see behind me, you even get barges with people selling food, playing music, and you just kind of relax and watch the world go by.
This ancient form of gardening came about because some bright spark had the idea of bringing the fields into the lake rather than the lake into the fields.
And the great thing is, there are no tourists. They're all Mexicans. Party boat.
So as we watched the Mexicans chill out and have a few beers under the sun, I decided it was time to bring my punting skills to bear. Or lack thereof.
That's hard work.
To sum up, I would say that Mexico City is wildly unappreciated, with loads to see.